Hello guys, welcome to Tech Design. Hope you are enjoying all my videos. Please like my videos and share my videos. So in this video what I will do is I will just show you how we can make an assembly of one of the clamp. So I'll just open that assembly and show you how that exactly looks. So this is the assembly which I am just going to show you how we can make an assembly in the assembly workbench using constraints. So before starting, just let us create a new file. So I'll just go to new file and let us give any name for this. Make sure you are selecting an assembly here and click OK. So once you click OK and create an assembly, there will be an add component window will come up, as you can see here. So I'll just cancel this and let me go to assembly and click on add. And now I have to open the first part, that is the base part. So this is my first part and I'm just going to open it. As you can see here, this component is opened, and suppose if you want to fix it, you can directly fix it here. It will ask here, otherwise you can just give no for this. So there are two methods you can fix the first component, as I explained you in my previous tutorial. So either you can fix it directly by using assembly constraint, or else you can just create an coordinate system in the assembly workbench itself, and then you can fix it by using data planes. So let me fix this by creating an coordinate system. So let us go to home, and here is the coordinate system. So you can just create an coordinate system at this point. You can see here there is a coordinate system which is generated. So what I will do is I'll just fix this component along this coordinate system by using some constraints. So before doing that, I'll just move it. I'll just make this on the top side and click OK. Now we can go to assemblies, and here is an assembly constraint. As I told you, this position should be the column should be added so that you can understand whether this component is fixed or not. If it is completely fixed, it will be a dark circle. If it is completely white, then it is not having any constraints. If it is half circle with a black and white, then it is partially constrained. So let me make it align lock. So this is the align lock. These are all will be already explained in my tutorials. You can just go and check it if you are not aware of these commands. So I'm just going to select the center of this cylinder and then this y-axis. So as soon as I select that, it will be aligned, and click OK. As you can see here, this is a half circle which is nothing but partially constrained. So let us make it fully constrained with a black circle. So I'm just going to assembly again. So as you can see here, this is partially constrained. If you want to check in which direction it is having degrees of freedom, you can just right click and check. You can see the arrows here. So it is having a movement along this z-axis. So we need to restrict that z-axis movement by constraining it. So I'm just going to assembly constraint, and so now I will give a touch alignment between this data plane and this bottom face. So let us go to touch and align. Here you can select a touch or else prefer touch. So I'm just selecting this data plane, and there is a face, bottom face. So as soon as you click OK, as you can see here, this is fully constrained now. So suppose if you want to check what are the constraints that we are given to this component, you can just select this and go to dependencies here. As you can see here, so there is an align lock between this component and the y-axis, which is highlighted here, and there is a touch. As you can see, the plane and this face is highlighted. So by this way you can able to check what are the constraints that are given to each and every component. If you want to delete, and you can just delete it here by right clicking. So next what I will do is I will open the second component. Let us go to add component, and my second component will be this one. So I'll just open it. So now this is not in a proper position, so let us Okay, you can see this has to come and fit it here. So let us go to assembly constraint and make an a central axis. So this center line should be at this. Okay, now it is perfectly coming. So now what I will do is I will just make this should come and sit in the center. So to make it, I will just use this center command. So these are already explained, so if you are not understanding how I am doing, you just need to go to assembly tutorials and check it. So I'm just selecting this face and this face, this face and this face. As soon as you select that, as you can see here, this has came and perfectly coming it in the center. So I just click OK here. So even though if I give 2 constraint, as you can see here, this is completely not constrained, it's partially constrained. So we need to check in which direction it is having an degrees of freedom. So we can just go here. As you can see here, there is a rotation along the center axis. So in order to restrict that, we can just give a perpendicularity between these two, or else parallelism with this, so that it will be completely constrained. So let us go to assembly constraints. So I'm just going to make a parallelism. So this is a parallel. This face I'm just making it with along with this face. So now it is parallel. So now if I refresh this arrow will go, and you can see here completely constraints. So this is the way how we can constrain the components. So there are 2 components that are completely constrained now. So now I will import the third component. So let us go to add component, and my third component will be this clamp screw. So select OK. Now you can see here this component is here. So let us move this component so that it can be visible easily. So we have this component, it should be in the inverted, so I'll just rotate it and click OK. So now what I will do is I will just make a concentric with this. It has to come here and sit exactly. So let us go to assembly constraints and hit a center axis, and this center should be, instead of giving a center, what I will do is I'll just give align lock. So as I already explained you what is the difference in my previous tutorials, you can just go ahead and check it out. Okay, now it is fixed, and I think only in one direction along Z axis there will be a movement. Let me check that. As you can see here, along Z axis there will be a movement. We need to restrict it. Either you can give a distance between this face to this face, and or else you can just align this circle with this circle. So any way is fine, because we need to restrict the translation along Z axis. So let us go to assembly constraint, and I'll just give an distance. So between this face to this, it will be 0, and click OK. So now you can see here this is completely constrained. So one next component will be the bar over which it comes and sit here. So let us open that bar, and we have a handlebar here. So let us click OK. Now you can see here this bar is at this location. So let us move that. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to do the center line with this one. So for that I'll just go to assembly constraints and hit align lock. So this is the align lock for which I'm doing. Now only along this direction there will be a translation moment. So in order to restrict that, what I will do is I'll just make it a, either you can make a center of this. So let me try to make a center of that let us keep this as a center. So in order to do that, I will just go to assembly constraint and center. Here I'm just selecting either 1:2 or 2:2, sorry 2:1. So let me go ahead and make this 2:1. So these are the two faces, and this is my center line. So as you can see here, it comes and sit in the center. So now also this component is fully constrained now. So this is the first part of the video, guys. Please check out my part 2 video in order to complete this assembly. Thank you guys. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button as well as share my videos. Thank you.